Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy, it's your homie, it's Wyatt, and I'm coming back at you with another build video, and today we're gonna be going over my Magicka DK build. Now, this one isn't anything revolutionary, but I do like it, and I thought I'd share it. I mean, probably a lot of people run this exact same build on their Mag DKs, but let's go into it. Now let's jump straight into the stats and attributes. Now starting off with the attributes, we can see I have 42 in the Magicka and we have 22 into health, and I am playing as an orc, so bear with that, keep that in mind. And we are running with 23,600 Magicka, 29,000 max health, and 13,000 stamina. I know our stamina is a little bit low, but we still have enough, and we are running dual wield, so we can heavy attack to get stamina back, so don't worry about that. And if you have trouble sustaining your stamina still, I have a fix for that in this build for you too. And now for our Magicka recovery, we have 1,029, health recovery doesn't matter, 500. And stamina recovery, we have 1,063, so our stamina recovery is pretty solid right now. And for our spell damage, we are running with, well, let's just skip that for now. But we have a 5k spell penetration, not that great, and we get up to capped resistances with the build we are running, so just bear that in mind. It doesn't show it right here, but when we buff up and when we're starting to take damage, we go up to capped resists. And our critical resist is 1320. Now, like I said, let's go back and check what our spells damage is. Now, we can see right here, we go up to close to 5k spell damage, and our spell crit is 29%. So that makes our, okay, so actually our spell damage does go up higher. As you can see, it actually goes up to 5,140 once we get all 3 stacks of magma, or molten whip. So bear that in mind. We got about 5k resists, or what, spell damage. Man, I'm just making all sorts of errors already. So this is gonna be a fun one. Alright, so for our sets, we are running 2 blood spawn and our helmet is a heavy reinforced, and our shoulder is a light divines. Stamina enchant, health enchant. Now our cuirass, or our chest plate, is pariah, belt pariah, boots burning spell weave, gloves burning spell weave, and our legs are pariah. So we are running 4 heavy and 3 light, and well fitted, reinforced, well fitted, sturdy. Now obviously these 2 right here should be well fitted, just so we can get cheaper rolls, or impen if you want to go that route instead. But I simply do not have I didn't have the transmutes at the time, and I don't care to change it. Now for our necklace, we're running burning spell weave, infused, reduced Magicka cost, ring, signet of pariah, infused, reduced cost, and we are running, the last one is an infused spell damage right here. And we are running dual wield front bar with burning spell weave, and we are running sharpen and charged here. Now, if more optimally, you would want to run maces here instead of swords, but that would reduce your spell damage, but it would also increase your penetration quite a bit. So that would be the better choice to go with. I just don't want to farm out maces of burning spell weave, because I'd rather play the game in a funner way. And back bar, we are running Vadashrand's restoration staff with the powered. Now this is kind of like our optional remember how I told you if you're having issues with sustain, this is the optional part. You can take off race against time and slot Siphon Spirit right here. This will give you a nice little bit of healing as you're doing damage. It'll also give you some nice Magicka sustain too if you run into that too. And also with the Vadashrand sting, we get about 350 restoration stamina regen too. And this thing, like if you have that going, honestly, you're it's almost impossible for you to run out of stamina as much as you're going to be using it. So as long as you're not going roll crazy. So if you need it, there's that too. That's an option. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I am playing as an orc. I like using Orc for this just for the extra speed I get, the extra health, the extra weapon damage, and also the extra stamina. Another option for this is Breton. Breton is a good one for this too. At that point, you can probably take off one of the reduced cost glyphs and add a spell damage glyph on for your jewelry, but it's personal preference there. Now for our Mundus, we are running the Serpent just to get extra stamina recovery here. And if you feel you want to, you could change this out for the Atronach, or you could change it out for the Lover. In all honesty, if you want to change it out for anything, I would change it out for the Lover, because we have good stamina or Magicka sustain with everything going on between combustion, passive giving us Magicka back a lot, and also the reduced cost glyphs also makes a big difference there. So if you want to change out the Serpent for either one of those, if you find that you're over sustaining with stamina, do that. Now to jump on for the food and potions. For our food, we're running with Witch Mother's Potent Brew. I prefer this over anything else just because it gives us all the things that we need in this build other than max stamina. So we get max Magicka, we get max health, and we get Magicka recovery. You could go with a tri-stat food, but then at that point you'd need to change your Mundus to Atronach, I feel, if you need, because I feel like running with about 700 sustain is just too low. Even with the reduced cost and combustion, I feel I can't sustain that. As for potions, of course you have your potions of invisibility or detect potions and all that, but I prefer to, for my main potion I use tri-stat potions. And of course, you get a ton of these from just daily rewards, so if you don't want to buy them, there's that. Otherwise, if you want to be cheap, you can use the Magicka, Essence of Magicka, and Essence of Stamina, switching off to those depending on which one you need more at the time. Alright, and now we're gonna jump into the abilities. So for our first ability, we're using Molten Whip. Second one, Flames of Oblivion. Third one, Burning Embers. Fourth one, Engulfing Flames. Fifth one is Shattering Rocks. And our ultimate here is Ferocious Leap. And of course, if that doesn't work, if you're doing something else, you can swap this out for Shifting Standard right here. That's a good one. And if you want to just be a troll and run with something that's probably not the best, you can go with Thrive in Chaos. I actually like using this ultimate. It's kind of funny. I don't think anyone ever uses this ult, but it actually makes you heal quite a bit if you hit a couple people with this. So if you're looking for something a little off meta, run this. Now for our back bar, we're running Race Against Time, and like I said, for the alternative, you can run Siphon Spirit. Coagulating Blood, this is a massive one, you need this. Radiating Regeneration, you can swap this out if you feel you don't want the heal over time. I prefer to keep the heal over time, but you can swap this out for, let me find it, you can swap this out for Draw Essence, Dragon Scales, where's another one? Cinder Storm, because this is honestly free. You could use either morph of this if you want to, that's up to you. Massive Slow for that too. Molten Armaments, you can swap this out for Degeneration from the Mage's Guild line if you want to, rather than this. I prefer to have this just because it gives me the, whatever it's called, gives me a passive of some kind, I can't remember. Yeah, it gives me the passive from this line of, what is it? It's not Battle Roar. Oh, that part's nice. This right here, Mountain's Blessing, and it also goes off for my teammates, so if I have teammates nearby, I can boost their weapon damage. Also, Volatile Armor, that's going to be our armor buff, and it does a nice dot, so make sure you have that. And then Corrosive Armor, this is your oh shit button right here, so keep that in mind. And now for the passives. So for our passives, you need all Ardent, all Draconic, all Earth and Heart. Go into your weapons, you want all dual wield, or not all dual wield. You only want to get Slaughter if you plan on using Thrive in Chaos. If you don't plan on using Thrive in Chaos, leave this out, you don't need it. You want dual wield Expert right here, you want Ruffian, and you want Twin Blade and Blunt. For Restoration Staff, just grab them all. You want all light armor passives here and all heavy armor passives. For Soul Magic, do whatever you want here. Guild, you want to get the Important Fighters Guild ones, which I didn't bother picking up because for some reason... Oh, it's because I didn't actually have it leveled up at the time. That's right. Slayer. I forgot. Also Dawnbreaker is an option if your main ult isn't working. I just forgot that I leveled this up finally. If you're using that, then you want all three of these passives right here. Mage's Guild, of course. If you're using Degeneration, then you would want to get that. You'd want to get Mage Adept right here, just to reduce the cost, and you'd want to get Everlasting Magic to increase the duration. And obviously this right here, and that's about it. Sigic Order, you'd want to get Clairvoyance to reduce the cost, and that's it, really, that you need. Undaunted, if you have it. Undaunted Command right here, and Undaunted Metal 2. Assault. You want to get both Continuous Attack and Combat Frenzy. And Support. Combat Medic, just to make you resurrect faster, and Battle Resurrection. I mean, that's what I meant, was Battle Resurrection. Racial, you want to get all of your racials. Craft, if you have Alchemy leveled up, you want to grab Alchemy just to get the potion passive. That's it for the passives and actives. Now for our champion points, we want to... So for green, doesn't really matter, do whatever you want to do. I always prefer to get this, and for my PvP characters, I like to have these two too, just so I can get around faster. Past that, it's personal preference, do whatever you want. Green tree. Blue tree, we want to get Deadly Aim. Yeah, we want to get Deadly Aim, Thaumaturge, and Master at Arms. You can possibly swap off, which one was it? A Thaumaturge, if you want to grab Focused Mending if you feel like you want to heal more. I prefer this though more because I feel like I have plenty of healing and tankiness. So, and then also, of course, you want to start off with Precision, go up and grab Extended Might, the whatever it's in here, the Piercing, go back out, grab these three, come down here, grab Tireless Discipline, go down here to Staving Death, grab Quick Recovery, and then you want to grab Ironclad. Past that, you just want to finish off grabbing all of your the passives in here, the passive trees and stuff, and that's about it. So over here, you'd want to grab Blessed for, you know, a little bit extra healing. And that's it for the blue tree, so let's go over to the red tree. This one's a big one. So you want to start off right here with Tumbling, go up to Survivor's Spite, grab Mystic Tenacity at least once, and then you want to grab Pain's Refuge. Make sure you slot that because this is going to be a good one if you're fighting outnumbered. Now we're going to go over to Hero's Vigor, grab that, and then you want to grab Boundless Vitality, all of it, and Rejuvenation, all of it. You can honestly get rid of this if you'd rather have something else, but this is what I prefer to have. And then you want to grab Defiance right here, and come over to Wind Chaser. This is going to be an odd one for you, but you want to grab Hasty, and then you want to grab Refreshing Stride. While sprinting, you gain 100 Magicka. I like this because if I'm playing defensive, I can keep running, I can keep casting whatchamacall, Race Against Time, and sprinting away, and still getting a lot of Magicka regeneration because a lot of our sustain does come from being offensive, and if we need to be defensive and get out of a situation right at the time, we need to cast a lot of heals or whatever, this will kind of help us sustain that. Grab Sprinter, grab all of the passives that you need, that you want, and that's about it for the champion points. Now this is a very, very, very in-your-face build. You do not want to get far away from the enemy unless you really need to get out. Of course, you want to keep Burning Embers on, you want to keep Engulfing Flames, and then you want to spam Flames of Oblivion, reapply Burning Embers, Engulfing Flames, and then Molten Whip. Recast Burning Embers whenever you need a little bit of a heal or a lot of heal, depending on how long it's been going on. You also want to keep up Radiating Regeneration as much as you can, and if you need to, you can cast Coagulate to get your burst heal. You know, if you have to end up spamming Coagulate, that probably means you need to wait until you need to hold out as much as you can until your ult comes up, because you can use your ult defensively or offensively, just because it gives you such a massive shield to it. And if you're getting really messed up against multiple people, you can try and save up. If you can, save up for what's it called? Corrosive armor, because that can turn the tide of battle with how much damage reduction you get. And also because of how much offensive penetration you get. So if you have a target that you just can't kill because they have too high of resistances, pop corrosive and watch them melt away. Also make sure before you hit, a good thing to do is before you hit them with your 3 procced Molten Whip is cast Shattering Rocks and then hit them with Molten Whip. And Race Against Time, obviously, this is going to be how you get out of snares and gets you out of sticky situation, gives you a lot of mobility along with the orc passives, so you're pretty fast for a Magicka class. And as for my styles used, so we're gonna jump into my styles outfit pages. So we're using the Nord Carved Cuirass, Obsidian, Tombstone, Ebony Girdle, Obsidian, Nord Carved Sabatons, Obsidian, Nernkrux Shred, Cold Harbor Ash, Shoulders Regatta, Obsidian, Tombstone, Nord Carved, Obsidian, Tombstone, and Nord Carved, Tombstone. And then we got Spellscar Litho Arms, Sword, Tombstone, Cold Harbor, Tombstone, Cold Harbor, and backbar we got Spellscar Litho Arms, no dies. As for my mask, I am using the Death Grin Skull Mask, and for the skin I am using Blood Forged, and that's it for my style. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys like the build. I know it's not that original, but it is good. It does work. It's very good, actually. This is the exact same build I was using in my video, Magicka Destruction, just minus the Race Against Time. And also, I want to mention that I did just make a website to kind of coagulate all of my stuff there. So if you guys don't want to watch a video at the time, you can always go back and look at the builds I have there. Nothing's really been done with it yet, but I want you to know that it's going to be there. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.